From Peru comes Raymond Ferreiros with the little Mazda Group N. Now, incredibly, that car was to be fourth quickest overall on this opening special stage and only 8 seconds down on the flying Toyota of Snijers. 2 seconds down on the Peruvian came number 4, Didier Monin, with another Group N Mazda 323. It was, of course, this car that won the Group N category in the World Championships in 1988. Also driven by a Belgian, that was Pascal Gabon. Ever spectacular is another Belgian driver, Jean-Pierre van der Wauwer, with the Ford Sierra Cosworth. Two-wheel drive, but plenty of power. Best to keep it on the road. He was to be third quickest, 5 seconds down on Patrick Snijers, 2 seconds down on Blomqvist. Giving yet more international flavour to this event from Poland is Andrzej Koper, one of the leading lights in Polish rally with the Renault 11 Turbo. He's some way down in 14th place after the stage. Another Toyota Celica GT4 is for Belgium Renard Verreet. It's a new car to him, but a front puncture doesn't exactly help matters on this opening stage. Now watch the front wheel. You can see the puncture there, and he is way down outside the top 10. Well, the little Golf GTIs are not dead yet. That's Bruno Thiry, always very quick with this car number 8, and he's 9th on this super special stage. Mind you, sometimes he has a bit of a problem staying actually on the tarmac. It's only front-wheel drive, but that doesn't seem to bother the Belgian. The BMW M3 was the winner of the Boucles de Spa last year in the hands of Patrick Snijers. This car is driven by Valerie van der Mersen, and the rear-wheel two-wheel drive car gives a good account of itself in 10th place. The tarmac dry special stages at the moment suiting the car. Number 10, taking a really good liking to our camera, is none other than Guy Coulsol. Coulsol is driving the Mitsubishi Starion, which is so successfully driven last year in the British Championship by Pentia Ricola. Flory Routhart has always rallied Nissans, and this is to be no exception here on this Boucles de Spa. He's in the Nissan Silvia, the very same car that won the World Rally Championship qualifier last year, the Ivory Coast. Number 12 is Guy Hendrick with a Lancia Delta Integrale, whilst number 14 is Marc Soulet with another BMW M3. And another BMW, number 15, is José Lampert. All of these are Belgians. Very sideways indeed is Michel Dumoulin with his Lancia Delta Integrale. That doesn't gain him a particularly quick time. Number 22 is none other than Spa's very own Danny Delettre. Spa's answer almost to Mike Tyson. No, not really. He's in fact the brother of the organizer of this event, Pierre Delettre. After that super special stage, the cars restart on Friday evening, racing all the way through the night with a stop early on Saturday morning. As you can see, a vast crowd in the town of Spa to see the rally cars away. And they rally, as we've said, right the way through the night. The Toyota then of Patrick Snijers, aiming for another victory here in Belgium. This is an official Works Toyota entry, and so an excellent entry as ever received for this event. After 4 special stages, he's some 17 seconds in the lead. That's not a great deal. Fighting him all the way, the Lancia of Sweden, Stig Blomqvist, and Benny Melander. As we said, this is the car that Michael Eriksson drove to 3rd place on the Swedish International Rally in January. Blomqvist more used to the two-wheel drive Ford Sierra Cosworth that he's driven in the last couple of years. And then the rains came down with a vengeance. And unfortunately, the weather conditions were to prevail like this for the rest of the event, causing a great deal of problems for the two-wheel drive cars. Amongst them, number 5, Van der Wauwer with the Ford Sierra Cosworth. A lot of power, but not a lot of traction. Up into 4th place now came the Toyota Celica GT4 of Belgium Renault Verreet. Obviously getting used to the car after the early problems with punctures. So it was the Toyotas leading the Lancia, leading the battle in Group N between the two Mazdas. Verreos, as we said, leading Group N, but only some 27 seconds behind Didier Monin, the Belgian, with a similar Mazda. then the BMW of Marc Soulé, and then Flory Routhart with the rather large Nissan Silvia. Having said that, at least it was running reliably, which it didn't do so much in last year's event. Flory Routhart, who has in fact won the Himalayan Rally in the past in the Far East, a real rally expert. Then in 9th place comes Guy Coulsol with the Mitsubishi Starion, just behind Routhart with the Nissan. The two Japanese manufacturers having quite a battle there. On into the early hours of Saturday morning, and it's still the Toyota of Snijers that leads, and now drawing clear, some 35 seconds clear of the Lancia. The Toyota obviously more ideally suited to these very slippery tarmac conditions than the Lancia Integrale that Blomqvist is still getting used to. Nevertheless, he's still in 2nd place and trying very hard. In 3rd place is still Van der Wauwer. In fact, he was quickest on one of the night special stages, but he's now dropped some 1 minute and 19 seconds down on the leader. In 4th place, still the other Toyota Celica GT4 of Verrit, and he's slowly closing in on the two-wheel drive Sierra Cosworth. 5th and still leading Group N is Ferreiros from Peru with that Mazda 323. But in 6th place, Didier Monin with the 2nd Group N Mazda is only 9 seconds down on the Peruvian and closing. 7th now is Marc Soulé with the BMW, far cry from last year's event. In 8th place is Jose Lapierre with another Group N Mazda. Rounding out the top 10 is Van der Marsen with that BMW M3. And then following on that is Flory Routhart with the rather large Nissan. He's 11th. As they motor towards the early dawn on Saturday, it's Patrick Snijers with the Toyota who still leads. Interesting to note that of the 3 times that he's won the Boucles de Spa, it's been in 3 different vehicles. In 1981, he won it with a Ford Escort RS. In 1987, he won it with a Lancia Delta 4-wheel drive. And last year, 88, he won it in a BMW M3. Stig Blomqvist is in 2nd place, but dropping back all the time. The fog now starting to set in and causing a real problem for...